you need to ask yourself, when's the last time I've given myself some attention? When's the last time I've taken myself out? When's the last time I've showed myself love? And once you really tap into that, you are okay. So today I'm gonna be teaching y'all how to basically be feminine, you know what I'm saying, like to be girly, you know. And it really took me to be 20 years old, y'all, to tap into my feminine energy, to just tap into just being girly, you know what I'm saying. And being girly, it's not always about the looks on the outside, it's more about what goes on the inside. It always starts from within. And I know that sounds so cliche, but I promise you it's not. The way I got to be feminine or to be more girly, it's not something you see on TV where girls are like, oh my god, like da 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 da, like that's so fake. Honestly, to be feminine, to be girly, you just have to tap into the inner you, honestly. What you have to do basically is understand that, one, it's okay to not be comfortable. It's okay, y'all. Whether you believe it or not, one of the things that I really was not comfortable doing for a long time was wearing my real hair. Like when I was in high school, I promise you, nobody in high school ever saw me wear my real hair, because it was just something on the inside of me that just, you wouldn't let me do it. Like I couldn't do it. But now, that's why I said, as you grow, things change. And all you have to do in order to be feminine is understand it's not about the way you look, it's about the way you feel. It is a little bit about the way you look, because appearance does matter and you have to take care of yourself, but it's more about the way you feel on the inside, because how you feel on the inside will always reflect what's going on the outside. It's like a cause and effect type of situation. And one thing that I definitely did was just do little things, like instead of getting up and putting on clothes only when you have to go somewhere, if you get up and you put on clothes just because you stay ready, and then you feel good, you feel better. Like even if you're just going to the store, you don't know who you might see. Y'all, I live in Las Vegas, and I'm not saying you got to be pressed up like a superstar, but instead of wearing, someone said opinion on wearing bonnets outside. All right, I'm gonna get to that. But like instead of wearing pajama clothes, it literally takes 15 seconds to slip on some pants, to slip on some joggers, you know. Like those are the little things that you have to do when you start wanting to tap into your femininity. It's not, I think a lot of people think it's about the appeal, like how you appeal to guys, how you appeal to, like, you know, being attractive or whatever. But no, it's really about how you feel. So now the whole thing about the bonnets, me personally, I love wearing my bonnet, okay? No, I'm not even a bonnet type person. I'm more of a do-rag type person. That's how you know I'm still low-key a tomboy, all right? Because I would wear a do-rag over anything. Even if you click on the link in my bio on my website, I have a picture of me holding Legendary lashes, which are the lashes that I have on right now, with a do-rag on. So as far as wearing a bonnet and a do-rag, I would say just do it cute. I know a lot of people think it's really unprofessional, but at the end of the day, it just depends on where you are, the setting of where you are. Because if you're at the grocery stores or something like that, I don't know. It just depends on how it makes you feel at the end of the day. That's all it really matters. It depends on how it makes you feel. So with that being said, to just tap into your feminine energy, you just have to really be confident, and that confidence comes from within. And little things that I did in order to be, I don't want to say girly or feminine, is like just taking care of your body altogether. Your body is a temple. Because I had a bad habit of like only like getting ready like literally only getting ready when I have somewhere to go. But that's not the way to go. Like, you should get up and you should take a shower every day, like whether somebody sees you or whether someone doesn't see you. Like, you need to take care of yourself. Honestly, you just have to take care of yourself, period. There's no other way around it. Now, if you have any other questions about how to be girly, oh y'all, this was a big one for me. So like I said, it all starts in the mind, right? And I'm the type of person where when I hop in the car, I'm playing T Grizzly, I'm playing there's this underground rapper, his name is RJ, I'm playing FDB, I'm playing Polo G, like I'm playing all of these songs. Like any song that got some bass that like for real boom, like I'm playing that. Like that's my music, right? But like I said, being feminine is really a mindset. It's really a mindset thing. So instead of getting in the car and listening to First Day Out by T Grizzly, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get in the car and I'm gonna listen to Queen Naija today. And Queen Naija, she plays like very soft music. She has this one song called Medicine or whatever, right? And the reason why I listen to people with like soft voices is because it brings out that elegance in you. Because if I'm listening to First Day Out, I'm in my hood zone. I'm like, shoot, I'm thinking about everybody who's preying on my downfall. Like, I'm going into, you know, my hard masculine side. But when you listen to music that eases you, I started listening to this one artist named Kim, and I started listening to a lot of old school music. Now I understand why people say they like 90s music, because the music, when you listen to it, it just helps you. Like, it really helps you. You know how like when your favorite song come on, you get real gangster? For me, that's like really, I don't know, I could say really any Polo G song, because I've really been on Polo G lately. But when you just listen to soft music, like, oh, or if you listen to music that feeds into your femininity, like still to this day, y'all, we're in 2021 and I still listen to Pretty Girl Rock by Carrie Hilson, and I listen to it because of the lyrics. Because a lot of times our generation, we listen to we just feel the beat, and instead of, you know, listening to the lyrics, I really took time out of my life to really analyze what I was listening to from the beat. And I would be listening to a song and I'd be like, oh yeah, this is my jam, like boom 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 boom, and then next thing you know, it's not tapping into your feminine side. Really listening to the lyrics, it's like, dang, you're trying to tap into your girly side, you're trying to tap into your feminine side, and in the song it's sitting over here calling females thoughts and hoes and all this other stuff. That's not gonna make you feel good about yourself. You don't want to listen to anything that's not gonna make you feel good about yourself, because then whether you believe it or not, whether you just be like, oh, I just like the song, it doesn't matter. What you listen to feeds who you are at the end of the day. So I had to stop listening to that song. Like I said, I used to listen to First Day Out a lot, and I just like, I still have my days where I listen to T Grizzly and I'd be like, you know, I did this with no effort and stuff like that. But I remember to also have a balance of soft music. And even just like when you're losing faith, how you sit over here and you have you listen to gospel music to feed your soul. You need to listen to music that's gonna feed your feminine side. If you listen to a lot of India Ari, Get It Together, you can listen to Guapale. It's this one song she made called Closer. They just make, oh, there's another song called I Am Not My Hair. And if you alternate between these people, you will feel a lot better. Listening to different music will change how you feel about yourself. Because if you're listening to a whole bunch of music that says like hoes in this, hoes ain't that, hoes ain't this, da 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 da, F that B, da 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 da, all this other stuff, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You're subconsciously going to accept what is being said, period. So even like when I listen to because I like listening to city girls. I ain't gonna lie, I could be wrong, but I think some of their music empowers me, okay? Some of it, you know, everybody know act up, you could get snatched up, okay? That brings out like the bossy side, but at the end of the day, I'm not really sure if it's really on the feminine side, because it starts from within, and you want the music that you listen to align with your morals. So, you know, if you just really pay close attention to some of the lyrics, you be like, dang, like, did I just say that? Like, did that just come out of my mouth? And you be thinking like, oh shoot, but the beat's still booming. That's how this music industry really gets our generation, because especially when you're a soulful person, you feel the beat. Like, it's just in your DNA. There's something about the beat. So when I started listening to Queen Naija, I started listening to Kim, India Ari, all that good stuff. Like I said, my whole entire life changed. Period. But I'm not saying that music alone is how you be girly, but I'm just saying it really does help, the music that you listen to. Now, the next thing that I say you do is you have personal care days, okay? Now, when I say personal care days, I'm not saying you gotta big ball out or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? You have to take care of yourself and trust that anything that any man does for you is just kind of like the sugar on top. You have to love yourself enough to take care of yourself. Daily maintenance, or, you know, just maintaining your look, your appearance all together. So when you wake up in the morning, I know you're not going nowhere. Still brush your teeth, still wash your face. You know, you've been feeling kind of down lately, because every time you look in the mirror, you be like, dang, like, why do I look like that? You know what? Put some makeup on, and don't do it because you have to go somewhere. Do it for yourself. Do it because you love yourself. And then when you leave the house in the morning, or before you leave the house, you guys need to look in the mirror, and you need to tell yourself, like, I'm gorgeous, I'm beautiful. Because at one point in my life, when people will walk up to me and tell me like, oh, you're so beautiful, you're gorgeous, you're pretty, da-da-da, just general comments, I would be like, thank you, but I never took it to heart, because I don't want to say I never believed in my heart, but like, I just never really took it to heart until I started telling myself that. So when I started telling myself that, then it was kind of like the comments were like the cherry on top. But when you look at yourself dead in the mirror, not to be conceited or anything like that, because this is not a situation where you're being conceited or anything like that. This is really self-confidence and really feeding your self-esteem, because if you tell yourself that you're gorgeous every day, then you won't go out the house asking people or looking for validation about being pretty and being gorgeous and stuff like that. Because if you're over here and you're looking for validation from other people, 9 times out of 10 you're not in your feminine, you're not in your feminine nature, you're not in your feminine zone. What you're doing is you're being thirsty, and there's nothing cute about being thirsty, whether it's about like really wanting comments or whatever, or, you know, just wanting attention in general. Because a lot of times people hate to admit it, but they do things for attention, and nobody's gonna admit that they want attention. But if you really think about it, you need to ask yourself, when's the last time I've given myself some attention? When's the last time I've taken myself out? When's the last time I've showed myself love? And once you really tap into that, you are hacking life, because now you're taking a step back, because life moves really fast. Now you're taking a step back and you're like, whoa, okay. If you really think about it, because if you're spiritual, okay, just think about your spiritual soul living in this body. How many times have you complimented your body? And I used to be the type of person where I would literally beat myself up before I leave the house. Like, I would literally give myself a hate speech unintentionally. I would be like, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like my hair. God, if you could just give me a bigger butt, if you could just slim down my waist. Like, I literally critiqued myself before I left the house. I really did. And if you really beat down on yourself, how are you gonna go out there and be confident? Everything you do starts from within. So then God really had to correct me. He really had to show me, like, yo, Aujene, I created you fearfully and wonderfully. Every single little thing about you, I put in place. I specifically made you like that. Thank you for these speeches. I didn't know I needed to hear this today. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for listening. Thank y'all for the support. But like I was saying, God had to correct me because it's like you're critiquing his creation. And if you really think about it in the Bible, in the beginning, when God made man, he made Adam first, right? Then he put Adam to sleep, okay? And he took the rib of Adam and he handcrafted this woman, okay? If y'all need to pay attention to this, because in the Bible, when God established something, he said, let there be light. Boom, there was light. Let there be birds. Boom, there was birds. Let there be grass. Boom, there's grass. Let there be a moon. Boom, there's a moon. But when God made women, when he made women, he had to put the man to sleep. He put that man to sleep, y'all. He said, hold up. I'm going to have to take my delicate time on this creation. Because as a woman, we are the beauty of God. When people say we're made in God's image, I used to ask God all the time, you know what? God, what do you look like? God, what do you look like? Jesus, can you just show up in my room for a day? Let me see your dreams. Let me know the big secret of what you look like. And then one day, God said, okay. So I said, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm finna see God. He said, stand up. So I stood up. He said, walk to the mirror. I walked to the mirror. I said, what am I looking at? And then the scripture came to me. But you're literally made in his image. When he said, let's make man in our image. So when I look at humans, I'm like, dang, people are so many different versions of God. Like, if you see someone who's goofy or someone who's extra kind and caring, these are the characteristics of who God is. And the things that you may not like about yourself are the things that God specifically put in you that made you a part of him. And for such a long time, I denied that of myself. Like, even when I was in school, I believe that's why I dressed like a tomboy, because I believe that I just couldn't be girly. I believe that I had my moments, but like, it was a hit or miss, okay? And it was really a hit or miss. I'm just thinking about high school. If y'all got any questions or comments, just go ahead, drop it down below, because I'm finna get out of here, because y'all, it is so hot in Las Vegas. Okay, so before I leave, I want you guys to remember what you listen to in words of affirmation, because if nobody else believes it, you need to believe it for yourself. So the lashes that I have on today are called Legendary Lashes, and these are super cute. I really love these ones. These are popular. If you want a pair, you could click the link in my bio. But the reason why I like these so much is because when you open them up, they say that I am legendary, which means that when you leave this house, when you wear these lashes, I want you to be reminded of the things that you're gonna do, of how amazing you are, of how beautiful you are, of the destiny that God has before you. Anything that you're doing, I want you to never ever minimalize or belittle the things that God has you doing. Even if you're in a place or a situation that you don't want to be in, even if you feel like it's worthless, like I said, if you watch some of my TikToks, a compliment can even go a long way. Sometimes God will put you in a specific place in life just so that you can help somebody, because one word can really help anybody. When you speak something, you're literally casting spells. So if you cast positive spells, okay, if we're, you know, technically speaking, if you cast a spell of positivity, happiness, you're sowing a good seed. You might be in the position to tell somebody something that can change the trajectory of their life, but you might be blind to seeing that because you're in a circumstance that you don't want to be in, and you're like, God, where am I at? Why am I here, God? Why am I here, God? But at the end of the day, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. So even if you feel like you're not where you want to be, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. And if you start telling yourself, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, I'm exactly who I am supposed to be, and if you stop putting limits on yourself, because I used to say this all the time, y'all, you know we all guilty of saying this, that's just how I am, that's just what I do, that's just how it always been. Well, it doesn't have to be. Who said it has to be? Who said it has to be? You have the power. God gave you free will. He gave you free choice to tap into the energy and to tap into the nature of who you are. And so much, especially just being a woman, like a lot of times, especially, I'ma just go there, even like being a black woman, a lot of times the United States just kind of makes us feel like we have to be strong, independent, and my family capitalized on that as well. So I never really got to be soft. I never really got to know that when it was time to cry, like I didn't have to wipe my tears away and go to my room or something like that. And I really thought like crying was literally forbidden in my family. Like that's how tough we were. So just learning that there's power in being feminine. There's so much power in being feminine, and being feminine goes way beyond sex appeal. Being feminine goes way behind being girly. Like, no, boo, it starts from within. And if y'all look at me, I am a living testimony of how God can change your life around. Y'all, I was a tomboy. It would literally take like an hour talking in the mirror for me to put on a dress. But if you walk by faith, you know what? God will get you there. You just got to start from where you are. And that's really what you need to do to be girly. That is the keys. Words of affirmation, watch what you listen to, take care of your appearance, and treat yourself. That's what you got to do. So I want you to understand who you are. You need to understand who you are, and once you do that, I promise you, you will get a revelation. You will get a revelation on your feminine side. You will get a revelation on the nature of who you are. When you say, God, less of me, more of you, you're really saying, God, show yourself in me more. And the more God shines in you, baby, it shows. It shows. You can't fake the funk with God. It shows. Someone said, can you say, okay, the H is silent. I'm gonna try to say it my best. Congratulations, Aries, for graduating the 5th grade. Woohoo! Yeah, girl. Wait, is that the 5th grade? Yeah, congratulations for graduating the 5th grade. That's a big step. You finna go to middle school now, unless their school is combined. And yeah, congratulations on that, girl. Someone said, I came across your live, I needed this. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Yeah, God is doing something amazing, y'all. God is doing something amazing. And if you're here during this moment, it's beautiful, because it's like you're really catching, I want to say, the essence before the bloom,